Well, here we are, just 3 days into this new cabinet, and the circus is getting out of hand. No budget until 2026. And you know what? They say that all things lead through Kevin Bacon. Is that true for Mark Carney? Let's check it out. See, Mark Carney knows Barack Obama. They did a lot of events across the world together when Mark Carney was the Bank of Canada's governor. Then Barack Obama's best friends with Tom Hanks from all of his campaign events he did with him. And then Tom Hanks, yes, he starred in Apollo 13 with, guess who? Kevin Bacon, that ate the cat that killed the rat that lived in the cabinet Carney built. Let's go.
The world's changing in strange ways. The present feels deranged. So let's see what I think. Welcome to Bakes on Things.
All right, welcome back to Bakes on Things. I promise we'll cut down the Kevin Bacon references, but they are footloose and budget free right now. And make sure you like, subscribe, and comment. I always love to see what you have to say about these various topics. Of course, we're doing a special episode this afternoon because it was just announced that there's going to be no budget until 2026. So let's talk about the actual insanity that just dropped here. Mark Carney will not deliver a federal budget until 2026, nearly 2 whole years from now. And here's why that should terrify every single one of you watching and all Canadians across this nation. First of all, the last official federal budget was tabled in spring of 2024. That means by the time that Carney finally unveils one, if he even does, it'll have been almost 3 years since Canada had a fiscal blueprint. Now, to put that in context, that's the longest budget gap in nearly 50 years, half a century. Now, why is that dangerous? Let's count the many ways. Number one, no parliamentary oversight. We're going to get another 100-day vacation too coming up. But without a budget, there's no formal check on Liberal spending. They're writing checks with invisible ink, essentially. Investor uncertainty is crazy. Domestic and international investors do not trust countries flying blind. That hits our dollar value, which then hits your wallet. Program chaos as well, including provinces and municipalities who also have to fly blind, and departments who don't know what they're getting. So essential programs stall, or worse, they get overfunded without any purpose. A debt explosion? Forget about it. With no plan, there's no limit to the debt. Canada's debt servicing already costs more than all provincial health transfers combined, and we're still adding to it blindly. Then there's the inflation pressures. You thought that was gone? Forget it. Unchecked spending fuels inflation, and that grocery bill that jumped in 2022, not changing. Expect a sequel. Public sector bloat. Bureaucracies expand when nobody's watching. Ghost jobs, duplicate roles, zero accountability, consultants. There's also no roadmap for Canadians. And because of that, businesses and families plan around government signals with no actual budget or proof. They're left in the dark, making bad bets. Backdoor taxation is a risk. Watch out, because without a budget, the Liberals can introduce stealth taxes, things like fees, levies, and increasing the carbon tax again, without context and without explanation. Reduce credit ratings around the world. Agencies like Finch and Moody's lose confidence in Canada. That means higher borrowing costs, not just for the country, but for you as Canadians. Foreign influence and dependence is a huge risk with no fiscal plan, because we're more vulnerable to external lenders, global banks, and foreign pressures, especially from those that Carney once served. Look, this is not just footloose. This is footloose and budget free, and we're dancing on the edge of a fiscal cliff. It is incredibly important that we reverse this idea of no budget till 2026 and actually have a budget. Pierre Poilievre called for it in his press conference today. You cannot go into this new government without a budget. It is absolutely bonkers. And if you're wondering where the rat is now, that rat we talked about in the opening, guess what? He's still living in the cabinet that Carney built. Thanks for watching.